For Supremacy, it is going to be a Terran versus Zerg. OGCantro versus Avarice. You typed it in wrong. Avarice.
Avarice, I am so sorry.
You are the worst type of person.
I am so sorry. C is right next to V. I made a mistake, and that is totally my fault.
Matchup Terran versus Zerg. The map is the oh-so-familiar Daybreak, and in the top right-hand corner, we have the purple Zerg, none other than Avarice.
And spawning as his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner with that crazy skull. He is a mean guy. It is OGCantro.
So sinister, these Terran decals. So sinister with the death and the hurting and the... Here comes the Overlord floating across dead space, finding his way towards his opponent. There are only 2 spawns in this map. You automatically know where your opponent is. In many ways, this map match mimics the map layout in Neo
Planet S.
Neo Planet S, yeah. Except that you're not... There's that rocks obviously in the middle, and there's Zelnaga Towers. But I think the rush distance in this map is in general just a little bit larger. Avarice going for a quick spawning pool. This does indicate there will be some early pressure, especially with the gas coming out. I'm expecting
just going
for the extra drones, using the extractor trick, but still, I think there's definitely going to be some heavy aggression coming out by Lings early on.
I'm glad to hear from the chat that our stream is not choppy. Sorry guys, we have to drop it down to 480p, but just with the amount of computers here, there's a lot of bandwidth being taken up, so trying to just give you the best experience possible.
Yeah, so please guys, let us know how we can improve. If there's anything that you notice is incorrect or could be better, let us know, because we want to definitely bring you guys the best streaming possible. 6 Lings in production for our Purple Zerg. We'll be running across the map immediately as soon as they spawn. OGCantro will be ready for this.
And it looks like he is doing an SCV scout right now, going to be going straight actually to the third base. Let's see those Zerg doing some extra expansions. And once he spots this expansion, he's going to be greeted by 6 Lings. And this SCV is going to have to hightail out of there.
He's actually coming at the beautiful time. He's going to find these Lings on the ramp and know about them well in advance. He has a good 30 seconds or so to prepare right now, which is exactly what he'll be doing. The wall should be going up in force at the front. He just needs some units to stand behind, and that's exactly what he's doing with the production of his Marine, ready to shoot and stand guard. A second Marine is being produced.
Goodness, Marine is being brave.
It's rallied out in the wrong place. He needs to come back behind the wall. I'm not sure if Contro has just misstepped. Looks like he's going for an Expo too. I don't think he actually paid attention to the placement of those Lings. Here come the Lings right now. They are going to get us around on this one Marine. No, the Marine is running as fast as he can. He does get caught in no man's land. Now this SCV is going to die. So unfortunately, Contro wasn't being as vigilant as he could have been. But now that he has the one Marine at sentry duty, he should be fine for the time being.
Exactly. This is going to work as a bit of a soft contain right now for our Terran player, who is going to be going for a command center. And so, no problem right there. Going to still be able to make it. You know, that's the good thing about Terran. Make your command center and then float it down. We see the Lings trying to do some damage to the supply over here. But with the second Marine out, it's really going to be stopping any sort of damage it's going to take, even pulling SCVs to do the repair. Meanwhile, back in our Zerg player's base, we do see the hatchery going down here. So definitely going to switch back into the macro, into the drones.
That Ling aggression was definitely not anything to say that he was going for all-in attack. He just basically put some pressure on his opponent while he went ahead and got his expos. At the same time, 2 gases coming out for our Terran player. Should be taken up pretty heavily on the other side of this. Does have now 3 Marines inside of his base ready to defend. Shortly, with enough Marines and with enough Gauss rifles in their hands, he should be able to push out. And in fact, now he might thin out the herd of Lings. No, almost gets one more Ling. And now they do indeed. So the number of Lings are slowly dwindling, and eventually these Marines will be able to push out with the CC that he's building in his base.
We see the not the expansion of the factory going down, and a reactor going to be swapping that. Like we saw in the last game, there was a bit of a Hellion play. Could be similar things here, and these Marines just doing some target practicing on that. Is it called the destructible or indestructible plate?
Unbuildable rocks? I don't
Unbuildable plates.
Oh, it is unbuildable.
Good job.
Unbuildable plates. Man, rocks are the best part of StarCraft.
Indestructible.
There is one spine crawler coming up in the front of the Ling, the Zerg natural, just to get a little bit of defense. Probably if he's expecting any Hellions, he just wants that extra static defense, just to soften them up, maybe even damage them as they run away. Bunkers being placed at the bottom of the ramp, preventing as much surround as possible. Swapping factory for the barracks. We'll be getting the reactor set up with the reactor so that he can produce 2 Hellions at a time, which is exactly what we're seeing.
We can see the expansion now is going down for Cantro, but you know, Avarice cannot see it at all. and so that's going to be good for him. And see, the Overlord doesn't have the vision, not going to know when the Terran is taking this expansion. Meanwhile, we see Metabolic Boost coming out for our Zerg player here, going to be getting that extra speed, very useful for surrounds in the mid game and defending his 3 bases that he might possibly get very soon.
The Hellion numbers are going to get silly very soon. 2 more Hellions in production to meet his 2 comrades already out on the field. Of course, that Overlord that you did spot near the natural, we'll be able to see the timing on the gas, which is another critical piece of information you do want as a Zerg player. So clever placement for him there. That one Ling probably spotted these Hellions, and yes, in fact he does. He will tell his colleagues at the main colony, say there are Hellions on the map, but has no indication if there's more than 2, if this is just a small force, or if there are going to be more joining.
Yeah, we see right now we have 4 Hellions across the map now scooting towards the Zerg base. Meanwhile, just drones being produced, double evolution chamber going down right now, and just more and more drones. He really doesn't have too much to defend this right now. Has a spine crawler and a queen and a couple of links. Now, if the Hellions aren't able to get past this little wall here, it's going to be very effective. You see them right now, just going to be doing some damage on this Zerg base. Really not doing much. Flames ain't no thing for a Zerg hatchery.
Yeah, these flamethrowers are only good against light units, do very little damage to non-light and buildings. So the hatchery is not going to have any trouble building itself, but what this does do is it sets it up for a run by later. If he can just bring it down at least down a quarter or even a half of its health, he'll be able to come back later and finish the job at another point. At the same time, he has tipped his hand at the Hellions, and it looks like actually he's just going to go for it. He's saying, if you're not going to respond at all, I'm just going to flame down your hatch. Eventually, this is going to work in my favor.
Oh, here we go. We have the Lynx production. That was 18 Lynx in production right now. Here they come. Is Cantro going to be watching them? Look at the Lynx trying to bait around, get a good surround right there, and Hellions get a good surround, get a kill on the Hellions, but now behind the middle line. Great positioning there. Look at these Zerglings running around, and Cantro is playing this so well. So many Lynx being taken out right now. If you look at the units lost.
The reason is similar, but 18 Lynx, those Hellions did a great job roasting that entire force. All those Lynx got roasted, and this is going to force Avarice to build even more units. No, we're good for food, thank you. This is going to have to force Avarice to build even more units, so producing units with the larva instead of any sort of economy. And look at on the back end what Cantro has been preparing. In his pocket, he's had a bio army ready to push Marauders in case roaches come out, Marines in case anything else comes out.
This SCV as well.
Effective.
And all these SCVs actually are going to be using to tank the damage. Now grabbing the vision of the watchtower, Cantro is going to be getting ready to push up. We see an Overlord on the top here. Avarice does not know about this impending army that's going to be coming towards his base.
It looks like he's going to go for a little bit of a bunker rush with these extra SCVs, unless he's just going for an all-in attack. Plus with the Marauders, he should be able to take down all the armored units in this composition, including that spine crawler. And here come the units. They are rushing in. Those Marauders are going to make short work of that spine crawler, and there it goes down as quickly as possible. The Queen goes down so quick. Absolutely nothing to defend. 40 Lings in production, Spire in production, Baneliness in production, but the economy is going to get eviscerated right here too. Look at all these 4 drones being roasted, and still more Bioforce is being rushed in. Another Queen goes down. These Lings are trying to hide in the corner, but really, where can they run at this point?
Oh my gosh, fighting on the ramp. Probably the worst place you can fight there. All bunching up for the flamethrowers of the Hellions to roast. And now Cantro's going for the blood. He's moving into the main base. Surround for the Lynx, but no, Hellions are going to burn them. No surround for you, they say. And now it is looking very bad for our Cantro. Drones being pulled, and we know they're charging in, trying to fight the good fight. But really, this army is too strong. Cantro sees the opportunity. He saw that he destroyed a very large Ling army. He knew his opponent was going to drone up and really just push for the kill.
Yeah, it's all about finding that moment to strike when the iron is hot.